The important part is that you get Twitch chat to complain about something else.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you know, it's the
5
evolution of the
seconds
product.
remaining.
The hate for the person commentating the product.
Team Secrets turn to TNC Predators turn to ban. Team Secrets turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I think we got like 30 seconds and then we should be ready to go. Oh,
TNC Predators
Red Bull.
turn to ban. Seconds remaining. Team Secrets turn to pick. TNC
Alright, let's get ready to go live in 5, 4, 3. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Singapore. One esports event here. Ready to begin the day at 2 in the goddamn morning. That is the commitment to Dota that I am showing you as we have got Team Secret versus TNC in a best of 2. I'm Killer Pigeon, back on the mic. He's ready for more Dota. He's actually rested up, right? Like, his commitment meant that last time he flew 16 hours and immediately dove into Dota. But this time it's like, no, get your rest. All right, I will personally just crunk Red Bull all night. You will come in refreshed, ready to analyze the Dota for me, base kip.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
It is a fairly busted hero. You know, if I am basically fast queuing all my games to stack up my fast queues later, playing Treant 5, you know something's wrong. And I don't ever play 5.
Seconds remaining. Team Secrets turn to ban.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
It would be the ultimate power play, and they do snatch up a highly regarded support, shall we say. Vengeful Spirit is one a lot of teams are looking at right now, as it's basically the new Luna support, but it actually has a better stun and an ultimate that can save its cause. So, as a 5, works a lot better than Luna did.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban.
I think it's been mixed because people have been trying it in the offlane as well, a little bit. And the problem with it in the offlane, I think, is like the optimal way to play offlaners right now, to bring it back to your aura point, is usually right now, the successful experimentations are around offlaners that can build Vlad's Helmet Dominator and just stack up auras for team.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that was kind of the interesting aspect of introducing the neutral items, is like maybe it kind of spruces things up. It's that variable that causes you to treat your builds a bit more flexibly, which I like that idea. It's just, I think most people's issues around neutral items was always the RNG aspect, and also some just being better than things you could buy. Like we removed the gem, for example, because the neutral gem was just a better.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Secret's turn to pick.
Omni Knight.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
I mean, I'd personally say some of them are a little bit broken. You know, that Iron Talon, the poor man's shield. There's one called Aquila. You may have heard of it, the tier 2. They are pretty. I mean, I couldn't have ever imagined them sticking those in standard. That would have broken the game.
TNC Predators turn.
Also, I think my favorite one is Repair Kit, right? The item that always turns up just after you lost a fight and are going to be pushed back to your base. It's almost like someone has coded that way. It says, like, if just lost fight, drop Repair Kit.
Team Secret's turn to pick.
Morphling.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it definitely feels like you have to ramp your performance up, especially with a lot of teams that sat out the first major minor coming in this one. You know, maybe this is TNC going back to their comfort, right? You've got Omni Knight KP, and you have got Gabby the Water Boy. I don't think we're going to get to see the Shaker in the mix anymore. That combo did get nerfed to oblivion for good reason. true. And besides, if they did actually choose to go that way, that would mean we probably had a Venge carry. Which... Or rather Venge mid, which... I don't think it's back. I feel like Venge's time as the core is kind of past.
TNC Predators turn.
Ancient apparition.
Oh. I think this is AA core. Or, well, no, you say that. It could be Rubik, right? Like, because Rubik mid's still a thing. But I think AA, because they made a change, right? Now that the chill and touch can be, was it no cooldown with Ags, I believe, is the change? Yeah. Basically, Wyvern.
5 seconds remaining. Team Secrets turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and if you're TNC right now, you're kind of weighing up whether you want to pivot more into magic damage at this stage due to the trim. Because obviously, if you get to the late game scenario, the big part for living armor now isn't the heal, it's the armor itself.
Team Secrets turn to pick. TNC Predators turn.
Warrior.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
In the spirit.
Choose your hero.
No, especially early on. That'll help a little bit, but like, for example, Tim's won't be able to shove out lanes on his own until 15. Vengeful Spirit doesn't ever really do it. Omni Knight has to commit a little bit to do so, and even then it's a bit on the weak side. Whereas Secret, the Treant Protector can shove out, Rubik can shove out, Magnus can shove out. Ursa, less so. But there we go. So it's actually going to be mid 1 Rubik, and Zai is on the AA. I've watched Juggernaut offlane with Veil when it was the previous iteration, and it's like he was obsessed with the item on every offlane. I was like, there's a point to this, but you're taking it far, Zai. Especially considering J-Storm and Astar, they're facing off on the main channel right now, so if one of them 2-0s, then they're going to be drawn with TNC. If TNC don't get a game here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one of them is gonna. They might be creeping up a little bit on the points, though. It does seem like we're starting to get a fairly clear picture of what Group A is looking like. Right, we got two teams at 5 points, 2 teams at 3 points, and 2 teams at 1 point apiece.
Yeah, and I don't think there's too much unexpected there. Like, no offense to TNC, but obviously a lot of these big teams weren't trying for the first major, so people always expected Secret to be up top. Alliance was a team that people weren't writing off, but I think a lot of people were expecting Liquid to be the EU team other than Secret to watch. Which, of course, Liquid. I think we maybe have some of them later today. They haven't been looking too impressive. In fact, they've dropped all their games so far.
Yeah,
but we'll get to those in good time.
Yeah, for sure. Liquid have looked a little bit discombobulated, but like you said, we'll talk about them once we get to them. We've got a pretty exciting match in front of us here.
We have. I'm looking forward to seeing what Zai can do with his AA. I thought what they might have tried doing was running the Treant as a core, but it just feels like a really finicky hero. Even when he gets good early gold, it's just kind of what do you do with it right now as a Treant.
Oh, KP saving the day at bottom is going to be able to grab both of these bounties, especially with his boots. Nice first choice when you're playing against the Ursa lane, right? You don't want to... You're not going to trade hits with him. You really just need to be able to get away if you're playing on the off lane. And it does seem like he's going to be left on an island, at least initially. It's been interesting for me over the last couple of days, well, yesterday and today, watching some of these people like Tim's and Moose trying to bring the roamers and bring the Earth Spirit back a little bit more. And I really want to see what Tim's can get up to. Is he trying to snipe couriers?
He is.
Currently?
Is he going to find it, though? Looks like he's going to be a little bit late. He might get on the return. And I kind of hate this. Like, I'm seeing a lot of supports do this. They wait for the return. But it looks like he's not. He's coming out for the second courier, which is going to be the South. A 1 and a 2 tap, and that side's courier gone. They'll hold the other one there with the
hiding
tangos.
and waiting.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't wait, because I feel like I've been seeing a lot of Nature's Prophets, for example, that they see the courier going back and they'll snipe it then. I'm like, great, but you didn't stop him getting his items. So, kind of lost value. March will TP back to the tower. Does have a salve, will pop it straight away as they are committing to this tri lane for the moment on the side of Secret.
The other thing that this patch has exposed is that so many core players have absolutely awful courier game.
Yes.
They either have just the default courier or they have some like terrible courier that everybody got for free. It's, you know, pro players got to step it up.
We'll see. Let's shame them. Armel's vanilla. I think Armel's the only one for his team with the vanilla courier.
Expectation.
The other side. Oh, Nisha, come on. He is actually. He should be able to get away, though. He did take Boulder Smash level 1, so it's a bit frustrating for him. And Puppy will keep up the aggression.
And he got most of his salve there, but it did end up getting canceled. So that was a lot of time spent just to drag this wave. And Secret, the tri-lane versus tri-lane seems to be going pretty well. And I would say that they've got the better tri-lane, actually. Especially when you've got AA. Such a good early game hero. He's already got the Bassi picked up.
Oh, but they're going for Treant here. But there's the other piece that's so powerful about their tri-lane. Fade Bolt instantly just negates most of the damage you can throw out. Especially when you consider heroes like Venge, who rely on the minus armor with the relatively low base damage.
Yeah, and the other thing is that TNC don't really have a whole lot of... Like, they can't harass and kind of chip down very much. Secret's tri-lane, however, has a lot of ways to just throw out little bits of damage here and there. And they're going on Tim's now.
Yep, one more he'll do it, and there's the first blood. Lift back into the grasp as well. Will pummel through March, and he's got no regen left. He could still die, actually, because he needs to hit Puppy, who is in the trees. And there it is. One Punch Man himself. Double kill for Puppy. This is what I was saying. Like, this is a 5, right? It's like, you're getting all this gold. The question is what he wants to do with this game.
You're under tower at mid.
I'm out. Fairy Fire won't keep him alive. Nisha out playing on the mid as well, so 2 lanes going away as Secret. Meanwhile, the bot lane, it starts to reach that point where KP can get punished by Matimba Man. He has got 2 points in the Fury Swipes now, but didn't opt for the Earthshock. Did see some nerfs recently.
It does seem like KP's doing pretty well down here. Just kind of dragging the creep waves around, messing with things. Almost looking at the courier now as well.
Oh.
KP, can he get it?
Oh, that's the boots as well. He'll commit for it.
Radiant's courier has
And
been killed.
Oh no, Matamba man.
I mean, he spotted it and tried to adjust, but KP was quick off the mark. Boots paying for themselves. I think he started with boots because he expected Trine down here to begin with, by the way. Speaking of which, Trine is under the power, not voluntarily. At least Siva's keeping him up for a while, but Kings will be the one who lives. Puppy not so lucky. Gabby just being pummeled into. Pressure's always kept on him to make sure he can't turn around.
His CS is looking pretty bad. Only 10 to his name. There are quite a lot of creeps under the tower here, but he's just under so much pressure from this tri-lane.
Ooh. And now we're just judging his ability to actually CS at all.
In fairness, he was morphed a lot into strength, so his damage is pretty bad, but yeah, he only got like 2 out of those 4 or 5.
Is under attack.
And they're now very low on regen in this TNC tri-lane. They do have 2 couriers making their way out currently.
This is the
one thing I'm a little bit surprised. Yeah, the one thing I'm a little bit surprised we haven't seen is, and it may have been changed, I only tested it out at the very start of the patch, but if you share control of your hero, you can carry other people's items on your courier. So you don't have to ferry 2 couriers to bring items to a tri-lane, for example.
I can see that being something that gets more popular as time goes on. Tim's is frozen up here. The stun goes out on the side. They're going to roll in, but nice sidestep from side just in time. Have they got the range? Nope. Throws out the cold feet. Gets the kill on the Vengeful Spirit. And Gabby, he needs to be careful now. He's got the stick, but they're going to force it out of him. They're going to force him to start continuing to morph here. He actually might still die. They just hit too hard. Puppy, can he get this? There it is, the grass through. Gabby has to sidestep it. He has got another adaptive strike. He should turn around to do now, and he will get out. Barely, though.
Fade bolt in fact, 3, 2.
Yep, they got the stick. Oh, Gabby, no. Well, March tried to do something.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They need, so this is looking really bad for TNC, but they do have an Ember Spirit with good farm and good levels who can potentially come and rotate up here and really mess up secret tri-lane. So I think they have to be careful about how much longer they stick with this full tri-lane, because you might have a level 7 Ember or level 8 Ember rolling through on your like level 2 Treant, level 3 Rubik in a minute or so. So they have to be really careful about how they play this, since they're being super aggressive as well in the top lane.
And that's the thing. March set up wards all around the top lane. That's what he's doing when the Morphling was getting dove and killed. Is he's prepping for that kind of interruption that needs to happen to the lane later on from the Ember. But he's not there just yet. He needs to at least complete phase boots before he makes that rotation. The question is whether Nisha will match him, who does already have his own treads and double bracer. Hasn't put a point in RP just yet, though.
Yeah, look, Nisha's build is just, I'm here to hit creeps. That's my job. Might even
I'm
go
the carry. You guys do some stuff on the out lanes.
Quick little stack, maybe? Okay, no, he doesn't want to miss any of the CS into the tower. I think it might still have been worth it to like get the shockwave stack on the big camp and then maybe miss 1 CS for it. But anyway.
Okay, he missed 1 under the tower anyway. Probably should have done it. All right, but Timberman, yeah, he's got the phase boost now. So this might be where they switch it up, come bot and try and get a kill on KP. He's holding a point, by the way, so he could always get Guardian Angel if he wants to.
I really want to see Armel gank this top lane. Feels like it should be pretty straightforward for him. Okay, he's got the invis as well. It's probably on its way now.
Timberman force use the enrage and run back in the meantime. So nothing will be happening bot. However, top Armel with that invis ring. Puppy is TPing down the bot. Gets out, and that means Zai's left behind. They spot that and let him leave. I'd rather have an easy kill than no kill at all. And they will find him. They'd take 4 heroes for just the 1, though. They didn't find mid 1 as he retreated quick enough.
Yeah, I think they probably had a sense that some kind of gank was coming. And only losing 1 for that rotation from the Ember is way better than it could have been. Secret really realizing what the next play is going to be.
Here we go.
KP?
Yep, this is what they're waiting for, because you have all this protection from the Heavenly Grace that does nothing for you. You can at least TP away. Had to use the Guardian Angel, but this is what I was expecting, because obviously Trine, one of the better counters to Omni Knight, because you've got that stats resistance that gives you nothing against all the slows.
That's true. Yeah, it's really not very helpful. I will say that I was a bit wrong. I really thought that this bottom lane was going to go better for the Ursa, but it kind of turns out in the 1v1, and especially with the boot start on KP, that he can actually do pretty well. It was very difficult for Matumba Man to actually stay on top of him and build up the Fury Swipe stacks.
Yeah, and he didn't start with an Orb of Venom, so he kind of knew that he was going to be in that situation. Whereas KP, like, the boots made sense to start with because, okay, I'm expecting 2 heroes down here that can slow me and kill
Cold
me.
feet, stunned up, dead.
And meanwhile, Poppy was trying to snipe the core of Armel. Almost got it. So they're definitely making TNC look out elsewhere on the map. And all the while, Nisha, almost 100 CS now before the 10-minute mark.
Oh, and you get the brooch as well. Very
Perfect.
nice. Yeah, what do we have? So
Extra
we have
movement speed until you get your ags to skewer between camp.
So we got Poor Man's Shield on both teams and a brooch on Secret.
Armel going for a kill in the mid one here. He'll lift him back, but another Remnant in should be enough to get the kill. And he's going to continue here. Meanwhile, Earth Spirit does go down the mid against Nisha. That was the RP commit.
Got RP'd.
Worth it to open up the tower though. The damage he's putting out already. 180 damage on this Magnus. You can't leave him alone in the lane.
Just kick him away from the tower.
He's like, please, just leave this alone, okay? We need this objective.
Yeah, it hurts so much to lose this tier 1 like this. Oh,
It hurts to lose your life. You need to back away straight away and accept this is falling.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There you go.
Dire's middle
At the
tower
10-minute mark,
is
tier 1 tower in the mid secured. Outpost of peace in the meantime. And now a fight going on top. So I just forced an Armel away. The cold feet won't proc. He's trying to drag him back. But oh no. Oh, Matumba Man. He lost the core here again. KP sniped it again. That was the Blade of Alacrity as well. He's going for the defusal on Ursa.
Like I said, Secret, they gotta take the fight to TNC early. This goes late. I really favor TNC's draft. Even if like the Earth Spirit might fall off a little bit and he's not having the most amazing game, I do just think that their lineup is a little bit better. Just because I'm still bearish on Magnus as in his ability to like scale late game. It feels like he has this huge power spike when you kind of get your ag +1 item, but then later on he struggles in all the ways that a lot of strength melee cores struggle.
I think it kind of matches up with the Ursa's timing as well, though, usually, right?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
By then, Ursa's got a Basher, maybe he has a Blink or he's completed the Abyssal, so he can join you and find pickoffs.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I always look at Ursa now, ever since Talons got introduced, as this hero with very weird kind of power spikes. It used to be that you had to assert dominance early or the hero was irrelevant, whereas once you get to level 20, now with the Fury Swipes damage or the Enrage duration, you can kind of get another big power spike that makes you relevant again. KP. They've got the RP coming off cooldown, so this is a perfect time to do this. And he has got the Guardian Angel, but they'll commit the RP for the kill. That's a big one as well. He is wasting their time, though. Taking a little longer than expected. The farm clap will come out, and Matumba Man gets the kill.
Man, Nisha is getting so active. I thought really that with the build he was just going to be hitting jungle creeps the whole time, but he's found 2 different kills with 2 different RPs. He's also taken out that mid tier 1 tower. He's having an absolutely phenomenal game so far.
Most definitely. The Echo Sabia allows him to get active. I like to see that instead of just rushing the Ags, right? Like, there's certain heroes that you just kind of see that value over getting those kill type items before getting a farm item. It's a bit like people who build phase boots before completing the Midas.
Yeah, and you need the mana regen now, I think, as well. After they've changed the Ag so that it doesn't give you a free skewer, it's only a 40 mana skewer. You do need that little bit of extra mana regen, and Echo Saber just is it makes a lot of sense on Magnus. Probably one of the best mana regen items you can go for. You're not going to buy like a Yule's or something like that.
No, and getting that Iron Talon allows them to just keep farming up quickly anyway.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, it's true. He's farming super fast. This is going to be an insanely quick eggs.
Smoke rotation. Looking for someone mid, considering there's no tower here. They know anyone that's dangling around this area is vulnerable.
They know where Gabby is. Oh, gonna try and lead the blast.
Oh no, it was seen. Daytime. They will find someone else though. Sims was hanging around, tanks the gank. Even though Gabby didn't need it anymore.
Yeah, he just kind of walked in, didn't press any abilities.
It's like an okay then moment. Yeah, another thing that makes Train so good at the moment, that living armor. Even 1 point, just giving you the extra armor against Roche, and they know what's going on. But
Tumble's already taken a lot of damage, though. Another Sleight of Fist coming through. Yeah, they can't just walk in like this.
They needed Nisha to tank from the start. That was the only way that worked out. Speaking of which, Nisha's looking to fight right now, and Armel stuck in the overgrowth, but there's the use of the Heavenly Grace getting out straight away. Skewer forward, won't flip. Zaya's almost there. There's Purification Heal that's stolen. Ice Blast through, and they got him. Armel's down. KP in no man's land now. They're holding on to the RP. They don't need it just yet. Now that he's on both the supports, looks good, but Timamli and Ray still running. Kills them off quick enough that he shouldn't die. It looks like Morphling's going to bait himself in. Gabby, what are you doing here? They do get the kill, but it costs them 4 heroes for 1. Anisha, he's going to make it 5. KP, he thought he could hang around, drag back into his death as Mid-1 secures the 5th kill for Secret.
Huge miscalculation from Armel there. He went for the slight. He wanted to try and kill Zai. He had the Remnant out, but he only had 137 mana. And he popped the regen, but it instantly got canceled. And so he comes out of that slide and just immediately dies. He's gonna try and clean up here a little bit.
He needs to be careful. He can actually die for this. Ice Blast, Cold Feet as well. They need more damage. Nice swap to get Puppy away to make sure the damage isn't there. It looks like Armel should be fine, or is he? Fate Bolt. One more hit will bring him down. He doesn't shatter. They couldn't get the final pummel out. And now Puppy needs to retreat. Black Fist will spawn him out. They look to heal up though. Throws out the Nature's Grasp and fates in March. All of a sudden, March may be the one in trouble. Jump in and doesn't even get the kill. Puppy stays alive.
Armel did not. I thought he had enough for the Searing Chains, but he didn't throw it out when he used that slight. So.
Well, I thought he might hang around to at least Sleight of Fist.
Yeah, cast like
that
more
was the thing I was waiting for.
Oh, that was a really bad sequence of events. It looked really good for TNC when Secret bombed all of their debuffs on Armel, and then instantly the Heavenly Grace came out from KP and kept them alive. It looked like a big turning point for that fight, but unfortunately couldn't quite keep it going after that. And that's Dota for you. You make one little mistake and you lose a big fight, and that can just completely change the trajectory of the rest of the game. And TNC, with the position that they're in, they can't afford to be making these mistakes. They're already pretty far behind.
KP's definitely trying to carry them back into this. He even managed to pop 1 neutral and get the Aquila for his core. His core will sit back and not look to aggress on number Timmerman, who does have that Diffu now active. So Armel might just start having to keep a Remnant behind him, just in case. But they have the lockdown to kill him before he can even Remnant out. If they get the lift, the follow-up, we'll just delete him. Nice blast in. There's the lift, overgrowth, and that's what we're talking about. The Guardian Angel will not buy him enough time. As he's in the Nature's Grasp too long, KP will run away, and in the meantime, Vengeful Spirit getting picked off solo by Nisha. Not even using the RP this time.
They planned that so well. And even though the Morphling is farming, but TNC losing their big cores, Nisa's just doing whatever he wants on the map.
Well, they're going to try and interrupt him right now. He doesn't have an axe, but in time, it just arrived, so the skew is still on cooldown. So we'll just back away. If that arrived a few seconds later, though, he would have probably turned around. His Secret were rotating in from the primary jungle.
And I don't think TNC can take a full 5-on-5 anymore. And you can see that they're kind of avoiding it. I liked the move on top, trying to use their 2 strongest heroes to just buy time and delay, but of course losing Armel the way that they did makes it look like a much more questionable move. They really need to wait a while and get this Morphling online, but I'm not sure if they're going to have the time at the pace that Secret is playing.
Not KP keeps getting picked up like this. He seems to be key to everything, and Secret have had enough of letting him free farm. No more, they say. They know the Morphling will not be ready for several more minutes, and Armel is struggling to stay in this game. And
Mid-1 takes the 60 damage on Rubik. That's there you go. That's some confidence.
That's telling.
Philosopher's Stone. Nice. By
the way, Armel's in trouble. Ooh. Okay, they were charging the overgrowth there. His carry senses were tingling. He backs out just in the nick of time. 1 more second, and definitely an Ember would have been dead there. But now they're just pushing 2 lanes at once. But Timmerman's happy to sit here. Even though he doesn't have the Aegis, it's not a kill because of the Enrage. Meanwhile, Nisha cutting top, prepping for a push on the tier 2 there. The NC's map is getting pretty small. Morphling is doing the sensible thing, though. He's playing in the bot lane, where they've secured vision, so that he should be safe to farm down here. Although if he's not careful... Rubik. Gets found out. And in the meantime, Venge goes down the other side of the fight, but Timberman finds that solo kill. Armel now needs to retreat. They've got the overgrowth. Will connect. Nisha goes the other way, though. Didn't skew us towards Armel. He wants KP. Timberman's here to assist with that. Will he RP for us? He says, nope. It's not worth the Heavenly Grace. Too tanky of an individual. And Armel's buying a lot of time here. This is time while Gabby farms and while he ensures that Secret cannot take another tower. However, they've had enough of this. They are rotating bot. They are dangling Zai, but no one wants to nibble. No one fancies taking the bait.
Secret with like a full swap. You can see the intent. They really just want to march all the way down this bottom lane. They know that TNC, Gabby's been hiding down here on their side of the map, so probably deward a little bit, take out this tier 1, and just make the bottom side that much more inaccessible for Gabby.
They're going mid, but Puppy is not a good target. Windlace, Roach, this is a speedy tree.
Radiant are scanning.
That drinking with his feet didn't slow him down too much, and there's a smoke movement coming in from Secret. They're looking for Gabby. Ifu slows him down, but wait for him through to make his escape. Timberman will be stopped in his track by the adaptive strike. But that's just space for Nisha to take the tier 1 bot. And he might just push him for a tier 2 now.
I thought that Secret didn't have enough building damage, but turns out Magnus is just slapping buildings like nothing else.
No.
He's got 12k net worth.
A 3.5 strength gain hero with Empower? That don't be silly.
With a better Empower. Yeah.
This is true. It's only double the gains on a Magnus. I'm upset that they changed the description, because when it first came in, I think it said Magnetor. It didn't say Magnus. But alright, next hero being added is going to be like Magnus's lover, I guess.
A Magnetor clan.
Yep. So he's ready to fight here. The Ice Blast coming in looking good. But they're going to spread out the damage from the Earthspray. The RP thrown out into one. Omni Knight is stunned on the spot, but so is Nisha. Now moving in, trying to re-engage. March down to half HP, but Timberman needs to retreat away. And Nisha will give over the Aegis, but Gabby is extremely low. Has to get away quickly. They're still chasing with Timberman. He will turn around, bring one with him though. And looks like Nisha will make his escape. A good fight from TNC, but they still lose 2. Secret, they could still push off the back of this. Sure, you lost with Timberman, but you've still got 4 heroes.
That was not the worst fight for TNC, gotta say. The fact that they managed to get out with only the 2 supports lost, and they popped the Aegis, did pretty well for themselves.
Yeah, especially when you consider that the RP was used, the overgrowth was thrown out as well. All in all, a good fight from TNC. Should repel Secret somewhat, and now they're looking to actually engage with Secret. Armel goes in pretty deep. Needs to respect the damage coming out. The Ice Blast thrown out, and Morphling baits himself inside, gets the kill before going down himself, and now KP, he's in a little bit deep. Nice here, Chains coming out, the stun control looks good, but these 2 are tanky. And Trian, he's charging up the Meteor Hammer, will stun on the only one, and will then go down. Nisha activates the BKB though, goes into the Tims, clubs him down, kills him off, and we're seeing it all over again. The Magnus effect, everyone around him is killed, and he's left to fight alone. But Ursa now here to assist. Skewer through, chasing on the KP. Armel will TP out successfully, but barely, as the Skewer was coming off cooldown. And Nisha will chase through. Nice kill by KP. Ursa is waiting, and they don't see the opportunity. Although they might if KP's not careful. Looks like he'll be fine though. He saved the Heavenly Grace to make sure he could debuff the Skewer slow.
KP's still just playing around there. I don't know if he really accomplished much, but it's like, oh yeah, they definitely don't have any detection here. I guess I can just play with my Glimmer Cape. It'll be fine. Bad fight from the perspective that they lose the Morphling, but it is looking okay for TNC that they're starting to hold their own a little bit more in these 5-on-5 engagements. And that was the 10-second Magnus BKB also being used. Though at the rate that Nisha is farming, he's probably going to stay relevant longer than some of the other Magnus games that we've watched in this event. He's already level 20, heading straight for the Daedalus.
Yeah, I think this is, it's fair to say that if he stuns KP at the start of the fight, there might not be a Guardian Angel to save the day.
They can kite him though, and they do have the Omni Knight to deal with like a potential big RP and stuff, so long as KP doesn't end up dying first.
That's the thing about this type of lineup. The weakness for TNC is that if you find the opening kill to Omni Knight, there's not really a way that they can do anything. Like, you maybe have a swap, but March is still only level 1 swap. So the range is pretty negligible.
Setting up for Armel down here.
Here's Overgrowth, jump in, Meteor Hammer being charged up as well, but the back is already good enough. Meteor Hammer just ensures there's definitely a kill. All the while, Nisha top, pushing in as well, so the tier 2 will also fall up here to Secret. And the map is looking pretty naked for TNC right now, because that's going to be their final out tower falling.
Top tower has fallen.
I'm not feeling convinced by the idea that TNC have shown they know how to play against the Treant. I think they wanted to try letting it through, but the Treant just wreaked so much havoc in the tri-lane versus tri-lane, has enabled other stuff through the living armor, and now is making, like, the first pick hero from the enemy team is making your last pick hero feel like it's having a hard time playing the way that it wants to, and that just sucks. So
it's just kind of the awkward issue of Morphling in general at the moment, right? It's like this hero is slow to get online, and we already talked about this meta shifting towards more kind of a 5-man death pool by around the 20-minute mark. Something that Morphling doesn't usually get in support of unless he has a great start.
Morph is getting pretty big, though. Do have to, Secret, there's still this obstacle of actually closing out this game with the lineup that they do have. They can, of course, just maintain almost total map control. They've still got some tier 1s remaining. So on the one hand, they've got a ton of map control, but if this game swings, this 8k net worth lead is going to disappear in an instant, because TNC are going to take 2 tier 1s. They're going to maybe claim some bounties. So it's really still going to come down to the fights more than anything.
And to help that, Puppy almost has the Blink Dagger. We've seen how important that is to shut down the Ember, who almost has his BKB complete now.
Man, are TNC really going to get 3 bounties?
That's just gold. Who cares? Jump in. Nice blast, nice swap out. The stun comes down. Zai needs to retreat to the tree line quickly. Slows him down a little bit. The Slap Fist kills him off, and March surrenders his life to the cause.
Oh, March denied the bounty. Or did he?
He's like, okay, I know what I'm doing.
Maybe he didn't get it quite in time. I think Matumba Man picked it up, but I saw the projectile flying at it.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, it was the right idea for sure.
Vitalize grabs Nisha. Looking on the KP, but decides against it. They did steal the Heavenly Grace. Not bad with a hero that is already pummeling through the enemy team pretty hard with his crits and his Empower.
Mid one has been super useful with Heavenly Grace and Purification steals. Yeah, it's definitely been like the silent MVP of some of these fights. And now he's got the blink, so the game is getting even harder for Armel. They really need him to continue split pushing to buy more time and get the Morphling online with his follow-up item. I think he needs the BKB after the shotgun as well, but it is not easy for Armel to split push, and he's kind of the only one that can do it currently, or even remotely try. It's a tough situation to be in.
The awkward part is he can still die even with the BKB, right? Because if he gets caught with the Overgrowth, Ursa can just delete him from the fight. Especially considering Ursa almost has 20, which he'll probably take the Fury Swipe's damage to burst down heroes quicker.
And even if he gets, like even once he gets the BKB, if he just gets Blink lifted by the Rubik, Zai is gonna delete him instantly. Like he's got the Grove Bow, he's got Spirit Vessel, he's got Ice Blast. Like
speaking of Zai, he spotted a tree. KP was insanely deep in secret territory, and I'm sure he'll keep it a secret what he was doing here. As the team converge and find themselves a pretty easy kill.
Nisha wants his streak. Magnus has changed so much when you give him this like free mobility. Not free, of course you do have to pay quite a bit, but it's far better mobility than almost any other hero can pay for, right? 4-second cooldown, 1700 distance skewer.
You know, this wouldn't be like the most insane thing if it wasn't for the fact that a long while ago now, Blink Dagger got increased to 15 seconds, right? Like back when it was 12, you're like, the difference isn't insane. But now, compare it to any other hero, like who can get close to that? Well, I guess Matumba Man was mini Blink Dagger and Abyssal and mini Blink Dagger and Earthshock.
That's true. He's got his own little mobility tools. Man, the Mag has full data.
But not every 4 seconds. And he's going for Satanic next. He's going to be nigh on unkillable, but the question will remain whether his team around him will stay that way as well, because that was the issue of the last fight. Around when you fight next, Matumba Man does have that Aegis. And Has
Gabby
now
took the
surpassed
spider
that
legs
now.
and just straight up sold his boots.
I blame him. I am
Yeah,
a
I
big
guess-
spider legs fan.
Dire's
He's
middle
definitely the
barracks
one
under
keeping the
attack.
spider legs then for the rest of the game. All right, so this
Right
is
now,
what it comes.
I was like, come on, bro. I could use these well. No.
This is what it comes down to. Can TNC hold this push? If they can hold against the Aegis, if they can hold against these new items, I think they can still win this game. But it's going to take some pretty crazy execution to really make this work.
Are fortified.
Definitely going to be a big hold if they can pull it off. Cliff already expended due to the meteor hammer slapping into the tower, and all the cores are outside the base right now for TNC. If Puppy sees this, he has a blink dagger as well.
Dire's
Oh no.
middle tower
They could catch Armel. They can force it out of him. The left, he won't even get a chance to beat BKB. This race is gone. They find the kill defense under the tier 3 tower as well. The one that was, rather. The buybacks come out straight away, though. Nisha hit up by the Yules. But Timberman, ready to fight. Force march to cancel with TP in. Nisha just waiting. That Heavenly Grace hits so goddamn hard. How do you do the swap in? Look at him with Timberman. Just shotgun him down straight away. Aegis has already got Manisha. Hitting in. Look at him march. One more hit with doing the swap out just in time. No. Aegis gets the kill. Now skewer back. Gabby says anything you can do, I can do better with the RP. Jumping Nisha. Big plays with Timberman still turning around. But there's the Guardian Angel to protect against the damage from BKB. Nisha going to force them away with the skewer. Gabby far away from safety. But Timberman, same for him. The enrage won't last long enough. He will go down. Dead for 75 seconds. Nisha will retreat. But will leave behind his captain as Puppy sacrifices his life to ensure the rest can escape. However, Tim's still hunting. Will look the wrong way. Looks like Secret do only lose 2 for that. They didn't get the racks, though.
Amazing split on that fight from TNC. This is more of what we want to see from TNC. They get the swap on the Ursa under the tier 4 towers as the roll is coming from the Earth Spirit. So they put the Ursa in a super compromising position, and at the exact same time, Armel is jumping into the backlines with his BKB, and he's pressuring Zai. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the kill because the overgrowth came out, and he couldn't chase it down just to finish it off. But still, given the situation that they were in,
under attack.
beautiful hold from TNC.
As you said, critical moment. If they could hold there, they could actually get out and do something. They're trying right now. That's going to be a move on to Gabby. They push him in the ice blast. Does wait for him away, but he can't look to go back in too hard here because Nisha is just pummeling through the back line. They will lose their own back line, though. Secret, both supports going down. Pause, and of course the A as well, but Nisha, BKB again. You're away. Armel, one big hit with do it. He gets him. The crit as well. And KP, he needs to retreat. Force tough down to the low ground. But Nisha, he's got another skew. He's got cheese. There is no escape from the Magnus. Fear him, for he has the mightiest of horns. And the biggest of crits. Straight away, he's like, I'm just going to eat the cheese. I need to skew him more, guys.
Yeah. Armel's BKB was off cooldown, but he just kind of
I don't
got
think he
stuck.
expected the crit. And then it was just like, okay,
Yeah.
I can't move quick enough anymore. And Nisha, all the damage he does.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Great hold, but then TNC, I feel like not giving Secret quite enough respect as they go pushing, and now they're going to lose a lot. I don't think they can hold it at the Ember. So this might even be Megas at this point. They do have BKB on Gabby, but I don't think he
Dire's
can
bottom barracks has fallen.
1v5 this fight, basically. I guess they can wait for KP to respawn naturally.
Yeah, but it's going to definitely be a 5-on-4 engagement because Secret will not wait around. Perfect opportunity to try and close out the game, and they'll take it. They want those mega creeps, and TNC's lineup, they don't hold great against those mega creeps.
Fallen.
Look at Tim's. He just got 15. He could finally have the damage to actually take out normal waves. Swap out, but it's already too late for March. He's going to go down in response. They will find Puppy. The buyback comes out from the captain of Secret. And Tim's getting low extremely fast here. He can't finish him off quick enough, though. Skewer, heartbeat, onto 2. Ice Blast through gets him, and that should be enough to secure the game. TNC, 2 down on the deck. What have they got left in the chamber? Gabby has no buyback. The GG comes out. Game 1 going the way of Secret.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Just a complete and utter masterclass from Secret. Nisha winning mid lane really hard, especially with that solo kill. The tri-lane versus tri-lane worked out fantastically. Didn't really feel like Earth Spirit ever found a foot. does limit his mobility and his chances to just kill you in the early game. A little bit different now that Terrain Protector is not exactly his invis is, well, not even his invis, but his tree walking is very different from how it was previously, but still a decent idea and already looking better from the dealing with Treant perspective than in the previous draft. So I think this opening is fairly safe, but a lot of it is still just old TNC heroes and drafts, and it feels like they're just trying it out on this new patch.
10 seconds.
Yeah, just get the deforestation planning quickly so that Treant can't have an easy lane. It should be pointed out actually like that Nature's Guise access at the early levels is quite important because this hero is naturally very slow. Nature's Guise movement speed increase was making up for that difference, and oh, okay. Well, Team Secret want to prove to us how Morphling can work.
Okay.
Maybe if they run it in the mid, I could see some sort of aspect of that. I mean, you know, it's Nisha, right? So you'd expect this.
I do.
But that means you're definitely going to have an inactive mid.
Yeah, I really wonder what about TNC's opening makes Secret want to take Morphling so early like this.
TNC Predators turn
To me, it's just a little bit weird. I don't know if this is like hey, we're gonna show you how it's done. This is how you pick and play Morphling, by the way. You pick Morphling and then you ban Ancient Apparition.
I mean, that would be the ultimate kind of assertion of dominance. Like, okay, let me teach you much. Okay, step 1, Morphling is counted by AA. Always ban AA.
We're just here to
10
flex.
seconds remaining.
Just taking notes right now. It's like, What else,
5
puppy?
seconds
Teach me.
remaining.
What is the other hero you need to absolutely ban against Morphling, especially as this is probably a mid Morphling?
Ban to protect your Morphling.
Yeah, to protect the Morph on the lane. Because usually if you like do this, your whole ban phase in the second phase has to be
the
around
OD
that.
is El Clasico. That's the
Yes.
like gotta ban it.
It got
Otherwise, your
shifted a
Morphling's just
little
gonna
though,
get
right?
one-shot.
Because like the changes to
10
an
seconds
extent meant that
remaining.
Morphling, like he builds stats to a decent degree. There's a lot of neutral items now that increase your
seconds
stats and thus
remaining.
your mana.
Yeah, that's
dominant.
true. It probably has changed a little bit, but I
TNC
imagine it's still
Predators turn to bat.
still fairly similar. But it could also be that like Secret might even be going one step ahead, and they're like, oh hey, yeah, pick the OD, go for it. We're gonna take Pugna, or we're gonna take Silencer or something, and we're gonna make your life miserable if you do that. So Secret might be getting in TNC's heads, but
10 seconds remaining.
They ban out the Disruptor though. A decent choice, especially against the
5
Morphling.
seconds
Blimps
remaining.
back into an instant Static Storm can delete that hero. The blink of an eye. And the
For sure.
Timber ban coming out from TNC. So it seems TNC are going to opt for more strength cores probably. Hence the ban out of Timber in the second phase.
yeah, Timber's been very popular this event, but also another one of these heroes that has not had the best performance. Timber's maybe been okay. It's one of the most contested, I'm pretty.
Yeah, I think the problem with those ones is they're always kind of deceptive, right? Because let's be real here, there are teams at this event that you could argue are not on the same level or opponents, and that's where
true.
you get a skew in those comparative numbers. It's the same situation,
But yeah.
like for example, if you allowed Treant to be had by maybe Asta or
10
J-Storm that are
seconds
looking like the weaker teams here right now at the moment, and you would Team
he does
Secret
have a-
and you
5
beat them.
seconds remaining.
He's got 14 bans and 5 picks and only 1 win.
Yeah.
So teams are clearly thinking about the Timbersaw quite a lot, but again, how strong is he really? I think a big part of it is that TNC just don't want the potential Timbersaw just laning up against their Beastmaster, and like you said, yeah, here they're also picking up more strength cores,
And-
so it makes sense that they want to get rid of the Timber.
I was wondering if this would occur. I think this might be a support Beastmaster. Completely different.
Okay. All right, I can kind of see it.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen TNC run Legion mid, and they don't run Legion support as far as I'm aware from their recent games. I know one or two. I
Right.
think Asta were one of the teams in China, for example, that were running Legion as a support.
So
I haven't seen any SEA teams do it.
Yeah, so you're just saying from the perspective of like, oh hey, they have 2 KP heroes here. Which one is more likely to be the else's playing?
Yeah, like they have flex, right? But To be honest, I'd say Beastmaster as a support works a lot better by default than Legion Commander as a support, right? Because you still got the boars, you can build an Orb of Venom and run heroes down.
Yeah, and if you're mostly just relying on the axes to like cut down some trees, your aura is still going to be useful. Doesn't seem like a terrible idea. And you're always going to have, for both of these heroes that they've picked so far, the Maiden Aura is going to be nice and useful. Secret now taking a little bit of time to think about their options. I don't know if they were thinking about the OD a whole lot. They want some other save. So they will just go for the Wyvern. Nice to have the Cold Embrace against either the Roar or the Duel.
Also good against the Beastmaster in the lane with the boars and the Splinter Blast.
Yeah,
that's always guaranteed.
Yeah, and even just using the curse against a team that has a bunch of auras makes it that much stronger, right? They've already got a couple of melee heroes, and now they're likely going to have a couple of auras getting stacked up. Would not be surprised to see a Vlad somewhere in there, and that's just going to make the curse that much more potent. And Secret's teamfight is looking fantastic currently. Like, they've got 2 big team fighters in the support positions, and then still room in the rest of the draft to grab even more teamfight if they wanted. So, but this Winter Wyvern pick seems fantastic.
I always favor it in the CM versus Wyvern matchup, right? Because it's like one will instantly delete the other from the fight. Like, oh, the CM is rushing forward right now. I'm just going to Witness Curse her. That'll offset the aggression, and she will inevitably die because it's not a hero renowned for surviving long. SF coming out, just more heavy damage as well. It can make these Wyvern curses even better.
Another hero
but if it is up against the Morphling, that's definitely an SF favored matchup, right? Morphling versus SF.
I think so. I haven't seen that much Shadow Fiend. Morphling does have a lot of damage early, but he's also relatively low range, so if you're catching raises, you're gonna have to be pretty careful. I don't even know if the Morphling is heading mid currently.
No, it's still a flex though, right? Like, they don't have final pick, so Team Secret likely will pick the other core now.
I wonder if there's any potential that it's like a Zai Wyvern. Are we gonna see?
I was wondering if it's Zai Wyvern, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
The other option.
The only
I know, like, a lot of people were theory crafting that, right? Like Seb, for example, it was like, oh, Seb will start doing Treant offlane again. Like, well, maybe.
It does seem like people are not really prioritizing the Leech Seed very much, right? It's all about the burn the slow.
It got nerfed heavily, right? Like, they increased the mana cost by a decent margin, and that was the busted part about Treant at the start of the laning phase, is that I tried it once. I was like, wait, I've just spammed, I lost count, like 6-7 spells, and I've still got more mana because his regen is something like 2 or 3 on the mana. It's pretty nuts.
The only thing as well that's a little bit weird for Secret is, like, the Treant Protector and the Wyvern can both scale as supports, but they're both sort of traditionally 5s as well. So that does maybe give a little bit of credence to the idea of someone's going elsewhere, but it could just be like Wyvern's playing 4, Treant's playing 4. They're both capable of, they're both versatile enough to do that. And here comes the TA, just pretty much for the Shadow Fiend matchup, straight up. Also, nice hero, get some more minus armor going with the Winter Wyvern. TA has been pretty successful, and even nice to have against somebody like the Legion Commander, right? Just a little more survivable, unlikely to die straight away to the duel if you've got your refraction up.
Yeah, because you know it should be SF mid, the TA will win that lane. I just like the fact that Secret, they've kept up this kind of window of opportunity around the 25-minute mark because that TA with good team fight backing it up, and they've met the kind of variability TNC has, right? Because when you saw this Beastmaster and Legion, we saw them pause in their draft and like, okay, what do we want now? And all of a sudden you were expecting this Morphling. I was saying, is this going to be mid? Now you've got the TA that match up against the SF. I'm still wondering about this free roll, because that's the one, right? It's either Wyvern or Treant right now.
Yeah,
it could be either. I think it might be Wyvern though, just because it's Zai especially. It seems more his style.
Is Legion Commander even going to get like a single duel win this game? They don't have that much damage to pump into it.
Okay, maybe if he finds Wyvern. If he doesn't,
maybe. But even then, like Treant Protector, right? Like, there's just going to be a living armor and then Overgrowth coming in. They've even got like a little bit of anti-synergy with they've got disarm, like a disarm and a fear to go along with the
10 seconds
duel.
remaining.
So the Legion Commander might not even be getting hit, and so Blade Mail
5
or
seconds
a Moment of
remaining.
Courage procs like might not even be a thing.
TNC Predators turn.
Earth.
It's a little bit weird. And now Secret. Okay.
All right, so that's
This could be-
probably mid one on the Shaker.
Morph Shaker's back, baby.
Yep.
What patch is it?
It's secret time. You know, TNC, they had that time with this combo last patch, and TNC round out their draft with the Ember Spirit again.
Okay, so it is support. Yeah. It's,
Is it support SF? No, I'm
it's
believing
a 5
that.
Beastmaster.
I wanted to believe support SF because, like, support, like, for me, SF on the outer lanes just feels weak as.
If it's support SF, I'm unplugging my microphone and walking away. I'm done.
I was like, there's only one way this draft gets even more nuts, and that's if they decide to run SF as support. Sadly, we're just getting March on Beastmaster. I say sadly, I'm looking forward to it. I'm kind of happy that one or two teams are willing to try Beastmaster support again. It's been a long time. It used to be so busted.
And I really don't like. I don't know if I don't like TNC's lanes.
No, I hate the SF in the outer lanes here.
10 seconds remaining.
I just feel like this hero is hard enough to make work when it has a level
5
advantage.
seconds remaining.
Like, it has its power spike, right? And then we've seen plenty of games where it just wanes off. But if this hero is... It's the same with an Ember, right? It's always this argument. If you stick Ember in the outer lanes, its
Was
impact
this even the plan?
is...
Gabby took a really
bump
long
off.
time to
Yeah,
lock in his.
It's like, you know what it was?
hero.
He shift tabbed it, and on the Steam browser, he's like, how to play SF.
Right.
Just getting a guide up.
up. Yeah.
He's hitting up Taught Delini's guys. He's like, come on. I need some help with this.
How do I play.com? Click Shadow Fiend.
Oh, by the way, we were so busy looking at that, I didn't notice that in the end it's actually Zai on the Shaker. So
Yeah,
it was going to be mid one on the Wyvern.
Yeah, so this is the safer way to set everything up. Shaker 3, Wyvern as the 4. Trade Protector, I would be shocked to see as anything other than the 5. But Team Secret, they have an insane amount of team fight. They've got lots of counter initiation. They've got lots of lockdown. It looks like a bad Legion Commander game. It doesn't look like a free Ember game at all. Ember and Shadow Fiend just feel so similar in so many ways as well. They're like squishy, they're glass cannons, but also you don't really want a hero like Legion Commander to be frontlining either. She's also a hero that like wants somebody to provide vision and then to go in afterwards. It's kind of mitigated by the Hawk, but I really think that Secret have the draft win here. And in some ways, TNC just handed it to them. So...
See, I'm telling you, basically, the play was mind games. They should have ran the SF as a 5, okay? Because there's no hero in the game that wants to deny creeps more. And then just Secret
Okay.
don't know what the hell's happening. Now you're in the scenario where if Beastmaster doesn't pop off in the lane, I don't know how you do this. I mean, he's already moving bots, so they'll at least get the try matchup, and deforestation will commence. There we go. The efficiency March gets all the trees. Oh, yeah, all the trees in one go. There was one tree hanging around. I was like, nope.
yeah, it was just
He's
slowly
got this.
sliding into the...
There is the like,
Why-
no.
Why do these really tall trees, why do they sink like that? That's so strange.
I mean, why do people's bodies sink
30
into the ground the way they do? There's so many questions in Dota.
It's so weird. All the other trees get... I think KP was even trying to quelling it. He was like, wait a second, did this one not get cut down? And it was still just hanging around.
Puppy just arrives in the lane like, wait, oh no.
Hold up. What's going on here? Why are there no trees? Where's
My brethren, why have you killed all of my brethren?
This is a little bit better now, I would say, because of the way that Nature's Grasp works, right? If
Yes.
you can't touch it to a tree, then it's actually a significantly weaker spell. And
I mean, in fairness to it though, the grasp is more about the slow than damage, so you can still kill people. It's not the end of the world. It's just,
yeah,
like I mentioned, the big issue with Trin is look at its movement speed. Nope, those trees are gone as well, puppy. You get to keep this one tree right here, okay? Stay there,
tree.
stay in your area, okay?
Is March done yet, or is he gonna keep going?
Well, KP should just crawling blade that tree, to be honest. Maybe it's just leaving it there for the regen later, right? Like, you need to run past the tango when you're being chased.
That's true, yeah. You have to go pretty far out of your way to tangle anything at this point.
Timberman's already getting pummeled. And Puppey, well, he'll zone them away from the creeps. As there's too many heroes in this lane, they can just deny up. It's probably the only way they can play this lane for the first few levels. Of course, the downside to this build for March means that he doesn't have the board, so getting a kill is a little bit harder, but not if mid one gets caught like this. KP does have the Orb of Venom. And KP is committed at this stage. There's a big stick on mid one, though. There we go. He just needs to turn around and walk away.
Mid one was like,
hey,
stay away from this creep wave.
He's like, we got a Beastmaster, it's fine. If I'm not the offlane, then March will take my place.
KP's so far away from the lane now. The supports are nowhere nearby. He's gonna take a few more punches on the way out. What a weird situation.
Meanwhile, on the other lanes, how we look. So top is actually looking really well because they committed to this tri lane because it's an SF solo against a melee hero.
SF's skill build looks so weird, but Gabby doesn't really have a good way to get much mana up here, so he's just gone for 2 points in Necromastery at level 3.
I mean, he's not suffering for it. 11-1 already. He's doing better than the mid laners are.
He is going to want the points and raises later on, obviously. He's got the Crystal Maiden aura kicking in. So, I don't know. Maybe they'll make side lane SF work.
It's awkward for Secret as well, because it's not like you can just rotate top and switch up the tri-lane location, because now that Gabby has free, even though it's 2 points in Necromastery, he hits hard enough. The raises are decent against the Treant. You're kind of committed at this point at Secret.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me that Secret like took the Morphling in the first phase, and now the exact same thing is kind of happening to them as happened in that they did to TNC in the previous game. I would say that their tri-lane this game is a little bit stronger than TNC's tri-lane in the previous game, but still kind of odd how this whole thing is played out.
The problem they have is that while they have, in theory, good kill potential if there's trees, they don't have better trade in the long run. Like, the attrition battle should be a win for TNC. Catch someone out in these trees like this, but Puppey not able to body block in time.
March is... I mean, he's rotating top,
He's
but
done
this
his
hero
part.
does not gank. Yeah, I guess he's just going to start pulling and getting the lane back, denying some creeps away from Zai.
He did also take the inner beast at level 2 as opposed to the Call of the Wild Boar. So just more right click for Gabby to throw into Zai. How's the mid looking as well? Armel actually taking the lead over Nisha already. 14-3 to 19-6 on the Ember.
He got the 2-minute double damage, so that helps the matchup considerably.
Pretty important as well, because obviously you go on this lane guard build, you don't get any benefit, and as I'm talking like that, in the bot lane they finally find a kill. KP played it a bit too far forward.
I think this bottom lane being 3v2 would be better for TNC, especially given you don't want to be running a full tri-lane with your Morphling for too long, but if they're getting kills down here, then that's a very different situation.
And here come the trees. Uh-oh. Well, Puppey has bided his time. He got a first blood before the trees started to respawn, but now it's the ultra power play time for Puppey. This is where you can start to get more in their face. Wyvern is going to go top, so they're going to make it 2-1-2 setup. Puppey is getting low here. Could go down, but at least he keeps him alive. Has a salve as well, so he'll heal up to full. And while I'm talking about that, Shaker in the top lane. All right, Gabby got him with the triple raise, or double raise actually, by the looks of it.
Gabby somehow just ended up right in his face. I don't know if they didn't even seem like it was close to a kill or anything, and Zai just gets jammed by raises. All right, well, yeah, I didn't think that the Ember SF was going to work out so well, but here we are. They're both on top of the CS.
I mean, I was checking March at that point, because I was like, surely he must be free. There must be a point and board. No, that was just all SF. Well, Zai at least has a raindrop this time. He's just going to start zoning Gabby away as best he can, and they'll force the TP straight away. Maybe didn't need to rush to throw out the stun, but you don't want to risk it against an SF. This is what I define as a volatile hero. one mistake and all of a sudden you're the one running away. And if you're running away against an SF, you're probably dying.
Oh, and especially once he once he blocks him with the Fissure and he's up in his face, there's no backing down at that point. If you're Zai, you have to stay committed the whole time. Otherwise, you're just going to eat all 3 raises on your way out.
Exactly. You're in for a penny, in for a pound.
Tim's gets a nice little D ward.
Tim's might be dead. Yeah, Tim's is dead. As I say that, in the top lane, March also goes down. Was it worth the D ward? I'll argue yes, but Puppy feels good about the situation too. You suffer so much as a CM against both these supports. I want to say on the lanes, it's going to be Puppy's going to ruin you, but then when you get to the team fights, it's going to be mid one with the curses. I feel like this is going to be one of the roughest games Tim's going to have for in a while. Die. Well, like we said, when you're committed, you are indeed committed, and it looks like you won't get anything for it.
Safe lane Shadow Fiend, there you go.
Hey, it tends to work out when your opponents are running a tri-lane and leaving a melee hero alone against it. Well, TNC, they made the best of the situation.
Looks like
March has returned to bot.
Looks like he's just planning on kind of a right-click build. Got the drum queued up so far. KP bottom.
You can't quite find him. March might go down though. There's the grasp again. I say short trees, they're helpful for Puppy here, but doesn't stop him throwing out the slows that gets them easy kills. It feels like Trina is so good against
for Matumba.
No. I was just gonna say, it feels like Trina is so good against the previous meta of offlaners, right? Dispels, heroes like having the Grace and the Omni Knight. These constant slows completely screw you over.
Yeah, for sure. This is annoying for the Legion. KP still only level 4. I still think his game is looking pretty hard, but at least the other 2 cores do quite a lot of damage, so
but this is
maybe he'll get some dual wins. Maybe.
Maybe, but like in the worst case scenario, you become a support. This is the reason why Abaddon, Legion Commander, these were really highly contested offlaners, because in reality, you can only win 2 lanes. Like if you win 3 lanes in the game of Dota, that's more on what your opponent done wrong than you doing everything perfectly. You should aim for 2 lanes, which means usually you throw the Legion Commander or the Abaddons of the game under the bus. Which is fine. They know it's coming. They picked the hero for that reason to begin with. It's just if you get the opportunity to pop off, it's a thumbs up.
This game is kind of the reverse of the previous one in the sense where it's like now TNC very much under pressure to be the ones making the plays and like dictating the pace. I think Secret will be more than happy to just sit back and farm the whole game. Like, especially if you think about the mid lane, I think that Armel is under way more pressure than Nisha to actually make things happen with his game. Nisha's going to be happy to just sit here and farm jungle for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's just the way the hero works. Get Desolate, go into Roche, then maybe you think about doing something. If it's a farm and Aegis, whoop-de-doo. You've got a Morphling, TA, and Shaker for late game. Oh, SF gets the Broom Handle, which is useful for none of the heroes that can assert dominance on the lane right now. Sai. Uh-oh. Echo Slam straight away, doesn't mess around.
Is at an end.
He was hoping for the big boy there, but Gabby did not walk through the tree line.
Cool. Zai's got some decent gold going. And Nisha again getting the Iron Talon this game.
He'll still find value on this hero with it.
Yeah, for sure.
But
He's farm fast.
wonder, can much. And he's trying to do a little bit of jungling because he needs to supplement his farm. This has always been the awkward part about the support piece. You have to do a lot to actually justify it. KP is going to go down, and March might join him in the grave if he's not careful. No tree grasp for 10 seconds, though. So they'll just kill his pets instead.
I'm starting to get worried about the discrepancy between these off lanes.
Yeah, it's like one of these is going to have a high impact, right? The other one, like I said, is just going to be a support, while the Shaker is going to be a huge form of initiation for Secret.
Well, Shaker's level 7 and KP is level 4, so there's some issues here. And yeah, they're making some space for Zai to go and hit some jungle creeps and stuff.
Much. All right. Got caught trying to interrupt the outpost, and it looks like it's going to be one apiece. I believe Matumba sniped the Corey as well. Puppy getting low here as Armel chases on through. The grass goes down. Won't slow down Armel from escaping though. And needs to be careful about how long he stays here. Just trying to force Ember back and we'll do so. So he can continue just bullying KP out of lane.
He had the max flame guard, so he was fairly safe there.
Mid. They're trying to go into Nisha here. They need to be careful because it could turn around quickly, but there's the frostbite and that should be good enough for the Priest and Field to get the kills. Nisha should be going down. Puffy can't change that outcome because he doesn't have level 6. And mid one, barely getting away here. Darmel chases through, can't finish the kill. They find me because they already used the Nature's Craft. Oh look, more deforestation. Winter's Curse. Gonna blast out. Armel's gone. Nice move by mid one. Understanding that this Ember is overextending himself a little.
Oh, I was just about to praise Armel for like the nice rotation bottom and then immediately swapping back to mid and making stuff happen, and then he just dies to new Winter's Curse. Nicely done by mid one. And that is the other thing that I'm noticing between these two teams in this series is that TNC handing away way more of like just the random kills here and there that probably shouldn't be happening than Secret. Still a couple on Secret, but far and away the unforced errors are on the side of TNC.
And as we've said, those kind of mistakes, they tend to extend the game a little longer. Secret, they have the lineup that really favors that outcome.
For sure.
But they can get active soon. Zai's up to 1800 gold now. That Blink Dagger is not far away. That's when you can expect him to rotate.
They still have this massive team fight. And Tumba Man just going to be going for... He's going for a slow Morphling build, but again, slow game so far. Going to pick up the Lincolns first, and at that point, the Morphling should be killed. He has his Lincoln Sphere. Not that much lockdown on TNC, to be honest.
At that point, the only way you really catch him is if you somehow catch him with the Requiem. Force him to run away, and then, you know, you can duel or you can primer roll, whichever one you didn't use to pop the Lincolns.
Yeah, they don't even have good ways to pop the Lincolns either. Oh, Courier?
It's Frostbite and that's it.
Bye-bye.
Whoopsie.
I think Matumba Man's Courier was getting the Ring of Health from the opposing secret shop.
Yeah, that's a little bit greedy.
March found it. Yeah, it was, Matumba Man's Courier micro in these two games has not been the best. We will say that much.
Just experimenting to the maximum, you know?
Yeah.
That was also going to be the final component for his treads. A little bit frustrating. I like how they're just leaving these two trees here. A little gold to run through. That's what they're going to do. They're going to move straight through it. They come in with a duel. The Morphling did begin to morph up. Overgrowth to buy some time. Primal Roar thrown out as well. Timberman could just get out though. He's absolutely fine. He'll stay here instead. Turns to the end of himself. Searing Chains and Nisha's rotation. Not able to get the meld out in time, so Armel will retreat. Nisha, refraction up. Searing Chains is on him though. He'll stand and fight. Has no choice. Melt damage kills off KP though. Why did he think he could go in? The Winter's Curse coming out as well. And Armel, this happened once. It'll happen again. The freezing build to try and save him is too late though. 3 already dead. You're going to make it 4 with the adaptive strike as Matumba Man moves in to kill the 4th member of TNC. And Gabby's arrived as well. I don't know if you can turn around though. The route lasts a while, but Matumba will wait for him through and find him.
TT, he's got the blink.
Jumps in, stun forward, blocks off Gabby's escape. No, he gets through. Tree grass, meld, nice stun. Use the Echo Slam to ensure the Requiem doesn't go off. The stun pull-up might be enough to bring him down. It's going to be close, but there's the fear forcing them away from each other. Zai's even deeper now. They do have the duel, but they won't get a chance to use it as he does go down.
Alright, I think
looks like that will be it.
Suboptimal adaptive strike from Matumba Man there. He pushed him out of the Shaker stun, pushed him further towards his base. And then Zai had to run forward, so he got feared under the tower. And
in fairness, you can see it from Morphling's perspective though, right? Like he can't morph Agi because he's 1 HP and dies to Requiem in that stage.
Yeah, exactly. And he just wanted more chain stun, but I think underestimating how much it was going to push Gabby back. But a reminder that whole fight was TNC trying to gank the Morphling, and it just went.
They're good again. They have the Primal Roar.
Curses soon, 3 seconds.
Mid one's going to buy enough time. Primal Roar comes out, but now they might be in a bit of trouble. Mid one, the duel's going to come out to him though. He cannot use the curse. I don't think he has buyback. He does, but he doesn't have. Oh, he has some TB. He's going to not use it though. Overgrowth thrown out. Puppy will go down as well. They don't see a fight after the fact. In fairness, they don't have the other heroes here as Nisha is chasing down and killing Tims. As that Deso, so we'll find it easy enough. It almost has his Blink Dagger already.
Yeah, Nisha's been farming up a storm, both game 1 and game 2. TNC, at least the rotation will work the second time around, but again, this is still the game where we're saying that TNC are the ones on the clock. They've got to be the aggressors. They've got to be the ones making the plays, and they're only taking out the tower now.
The winner's curse. They haven't got an Echo Slam though, so I'm not really sure what the play is here. Jumping on March, maybe. That's a free kill. Posturing, but they know how to count. They know he doesn't have Prime Aurora again.
Top tower has fallen.
What's happening with Timberman pushing for the tier 1 top? They've already invaded the jungle. Nisha wants more farm. He's got the Blink Dagger on the way out. There it is. Gabby. He might feel safe to hang around here, but no, he's backing away straight away. He sees
they have a ward.
Yeah. But they'll find another one. I mean, Armel has access to that vision as well. So,
yeah.
Have blessed me.
In fairness, I don't think he saw Zai, but still, even then, it's a risky place to put yourself.
Yeah, especially when you're playing against the Morphling who can steal your chains. And Secret with that, no hesitation. They do have good vision with the Hawk. TNC.
No overgrowth for 10. This may be premature by Secret. Instead, they blink forward, finding an easy pick off on a Tim's. Now the Primer on the other side. Poppy doesn't have the overgrowth for 5. Echo Slam jump inside. It might be good enough to rim down, but the duel's going to come out to stop it too much. He'll get the win. Thank you very much. Gabby has to run away with the Requiem. Side chased on 2 will fall after the buybacks come out from TNC. But all that, you force a buyback out of Puppy. You only get the kill on design. You do stop the Roche. I'm not sure if you can take this yourself, though. This is ambitious from TNC.
All the curses up.
Yep, the buyback will force them away instantly. They're going to respect the Shaker. But this should mean Secret can now get the Roche. There's no Requiem anymore. There's no Primal Roar.
Secret needs a sentry.
Fissure won't follow up. Searing Chains comes out onto Matumba and the Spirit Vessel as well. Backs up. It's extremely low. Needs to actually fully morph into Agi and just wand up.
Yeah, he's got the Vampire Fangs as well. Don't even have to buy a Morbid Mask on this hero.
Oh, they're waiting for him. Matumba starts to morph just in time. Is a little bit in trouble. Getting extreme low. Wait for him away. Overgrowth dodged out, and Heartmel will chase on. Look at the kill, but when his curse comes out on the other side of the fight, Tim's is forced to use a freezing field for nothing. They will reset. Heartmel back up a little bit. They forced them away from their shrine. Now TNC, as they fall back, could be vulnerable on the retreat.
This whole Roshan situation is just developed into a complete mess.
An awkward situation.
Yeah.
I haven't seen willing to give it up. Nisha trying to move in. Focus Rod a little. Regen rune. Oh, thank you very much, this Matumba man. You've used all your spells on everyone else. I'll just get up to full. KP just keeping mid 1 and high extremely low. They have Cold Embrace. They have ways of healing up effectively on the side of Secret. So they don't have to abandon this first. Same time, TNC do have to press the attack max down. Jump in, KP. One more heal, bring him down. He's gone. Perfect pick off, and now follow up stun from side onto Tim's. Might get him as well. The trap is down. The trap is sprung as they find 2 picked off TNC. I don't think they can contest this Roche any longer. They're going to try though. But 40 seconds without Legion. That's a window Secret cannot give up. They will go in, jumping Primal Roar force down. Beastmaster already dead. Requiem comes down in response and finds the kill into Matumba man. Nice pick off, but Nisha's still alive. He can finish this off. Buy back out. They're going to respect it. Even though there's no Primal Roar, you don't want to risk it for a chocolate biscuit. That will be a shrine usage. Secret is still 4 on 4.
Roshan fight has been going
they've
for
almost
like
got overgrowth
4
again.
minutes.
Yeah, it's not going to stop because both teams realize how important this Roche is. They have Echo Slam again. So the big ultimate's available to Secret sooner. March, jump in, 1 and 2 taps. He's gone, 55 seconds dead. Gabby on the back line, ready to go. Bruce coming out, controlling Nisha. But no, they drop the freezing field. The jump in, she's got as well. The back line stab at mid 1. He's going to be fine to move away. We'll stay alive. The overgrowth is zone away a little bit, but Armel now going in on Nisha, trying to bring him down in time. We'll be able to do so. Dead for 50 seconds, but we'll buy back. Jump in, Matumba roots him up. Armel looks like he'll go down as well. 75 seconds dead, and that might finally be enough. Zai stunned up as well. Or stunning it rather onto KP.
Radiant's top
He's like, oh, there it is. Jump in, Searing Chains out, but Matumba will find another. And with that buyback, Nisha can finally get his hands on this Aegis. It only took like, I don't know, 3-4 minutes longer than expected.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah. So in summary, we had 2 buybacks on Secret. We had 3 buybacks on TNC. I don't know how many kills. Like all of that stuff. Do you remember how that started? It started with Ember getting picked off all the way over here. right? And then they were like, oh, all three of our cores are here. Let's just go take Roche. That kill happened so long ago. But it will still be Secret winning out in the end. And TNC are outpositioned in these fights. Like, they lost discipline for a second there around the pit, and Secret just picked up like 2-3 kills by bouncing. Even with the inferior vision, TNC should have the better vision game. Their ward didn't get dewarded for ages, and they've got the Hawks, but they're still somehow getting outmaneuvered by Secret around the pit.
You have to look at the way that TNC have drafted, right? It's a pick-off type lineup. So the whole idea is that quick and dirty kills, right? You get in and get out. While Secret, it should be harder to find these big kills. Here you go. Perfect example of quick and dirty kill, right? It's like for Secret, they have these big ultimates. They need TNC to cluster and commit. And it feels like TNC, at some points there, were in such a rush to interrupt the Roche, like especially when March ran in for a Primal Roar. You're like, okay, that's good. But now you're going to get hit twice and die.
It is a fair point that TNC's positioning is much harder this game than Secret's. Because if you're Secret, you can all cluster up, and it doesn't really matter. There's hardly anything to punish you. Oh,
Gabby's getting punished. Echo Slam comes out. The overgrowth on the free heroes as well. Shadow Fiend's gone. Might lose more. March gets caught out, and they're chasing for KP. Waveform through Timberman, pings him out. The chase is on. KP's just seeing how much time he can waste with this, as he knows death should be inevitable here. He could try for a juke in the tree line and TP. Fisher, just the tip. Give him a little tickle, and they'll move in to finish him off. The cross comes out to slow him down. He sees the core. He's like, come on. But he can't find it.
Not even going to get the tier 1 killer pigeon. Oh.
And guess what? This is a team of a Trian, baby. Do you know what happens next? Do you want to see what happens next? The puppy doesn't.
This game's just sad now. Can I turn off my monitor?
I guess when TNC lose,
I'll just cast by sound. It's fine. It's fine here.
I mean, I guess when TNC are losing the game, they turn off their monitors. When Secret lose a game, they break the monitors. So sure, like turn off your monitor. Look away. Don't look directly into the blast of light coming from the power of Secret right now. They are moving towards bot because, well, and this is all too familiar from last game. TNC's map is once again looking... They only have 2 out towers remaining, and that's in 1 lane. So,
and TA is going to have an Aegis and a BKB, so Nisha can basically 1v5. You know?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
Zai has Echo Slam in 40. They've got Winner's Curse. They just need to wait for their big ultimates and then go again.
KP has less net worth than Puppy. He's carrying around a Nether Shawl like a support.
Hey, in fairness, there's everyone odds. They're doing a lot of damage, okay?
Yeah.
Credit where credit's
Commander
due.
pick has not worked out.
So, told you. It doesn't matter if you play it as a free. Most of the games it turns into a support legion anyway. That's why some teams were running it as a support, like I mentioned, especially in the Chinese scene.
Armel doesn't even have a scaling build either. He's got a Yules and a Vessel. Gabby is trying to scale to become a right clicker, but they're just so far behind at this point. Maybe they can try like 1 or 2 more fights, but Secret is very firmly in control of this game. Nisha's just a monster, both game 1 and game 2. Just at top of the net worth farm, getting kills at the same time, so it's not like he's just been ricing the entire time.
Yeah, definitely been on point in this series so far, and it's just ease of execution at this stage. Like when you think about an even game, it's much harder for Secret because they have to force big fights. But when TNC are just huddled into their base like this, you always know you're going to find good ultimates for the Echo Slams and the Overgrowths. It's just TNC. It feels like they're going to have to try and buy enough time that the Aegis expires and then smoke out for a pickoff.
The position 5 Beastmaster is just too cute for me. It's like oh yeah, we can cut down the trees, and then we saw 1, they got kills without the trees. 2, the trees eventually respawned, and then KP just continued to die. So and then Treant was a useful hero afterwards, while Beastmaster has been like, hey, I have some vision and some auras, right? There's a reason that everybody's banning Treant, and I don't really... I guess it's still group stages. You know, maybe TNC are trying to play the long game of this tournament and figure out some counters, but this ain't it.
No. Winner's Curse coming out. Mel being punished for his greed, maybe. They're ready to move in right now. There's the Searing Chains to lock the boat down. Beastmaster already there. Echo Slam perfectly set up for Zai to find the pickoff. TNC have 3 heroes dead. And Tim's will run away with that smoke before he becomes the fourth. Meanwhile, for Secret, that's an opportunity to hit the base. 40 seconds without the Ember. He's just about to get buyback. Just actually got the gold passively for it. Might be forced to use it. And what is Gabby doing? There must be an item he's getting. Okay, he almost has the gold for the BKB. He needs like this creep camp and passive gold should be enough, but he's got no TP. He's out of the base for a long time, actually.
Yeah.
And so I spotted this. He was smoked when he saw the razors.
Oh, no.
All right, he at least picked up the Titan Sliver.
That's nice.
Spider legs on Zai though. He's just gonna screw him to make sure he can't go back because he doesn't know that there's no TP on SF. So while this is the best situation for TNC by forcing one Secret member back, in the base they're still losing it.
That's true. Zai doesn't even actually have to be here, but it is fun to watch.
Yes. Enough time bought, BKB complete, and while that's happening back in the base.
You don't need to look there.
I mean, I'm looking outside the base. Why was March outside the base? I guess he wanted to press R.
Shrine is under attack.
You know, sometimes you just got to do things, base kid.
Yep.
Joker taught us that, okay?
Dire's top shrine has fallen.
Chaos is key. Anarchy is required, and you need a little anarchy in this game if you're TNC. You need some sort of disorder in Secret for you to exploit.
Never refuse
Yeah.
good.
I think TNC needs Secret to turn off their monitors. That's what they need at this point.
Hey, that's what March is doing this for, right? He runs out, they're like, oh, we don't even need to look at our monitors to win this game. And that's bam. That is when Secret get caught out by themselves.
All right, well, because not a whole lot is happening, I'm just going to share a random thought that I had while we were deliriously casting yesterday. Do you think there would ever be a situation where two teams would negotiate an exchange of neutral items? 1 second, KP's dead. But, you know, don't pay attention to that.
That doesn't matter. That's a good thought. Like, I could see that because to think of another scene, I don't know if you know much about like the PUBG scene, but I don't know if they still do it. Originally, teams used to negotiate, like they tell each other where they were going to land to avoid each other so they could like gear up. So it wouldn't be the first time in the esports scene where that sort of stuff occurs. Puppy, Cramerod, now what?
But then also how do you... Oh, never mind.
Get away a moment because March is dying again outside his base.
But then how do you arrange the prisoner swap is the thing, right? Like you've got an item that you want to give to them. They've got an item that maybe they want to give to you. But how do you organize it?
I've got it, right? You each take a hostage, like a support, right? And then two other people, they bring the items to a neutral location and drop the items.
That or you just use...
week before one team breaks the trust forever.
Yeah. That or you just like use couriers in a location where both teams know that there's no heroes or something, right? I guess. But
I mean, let's be realistic. This would never happen. Like,
it would never happen.
PUBG was not good because like that makes sense. But in this, it's like, oh, they've got a bad item too. No way am I risking them, cheapskating me out and taking.
Yeah, they might just steal it and like kill you. So you.
Okay, I'll tell you where it breaks down. It's when both couriers arrive and one team types you first, right? Then it's just done. It's never happened. Oh, the stack! Oh, the stack side! He looks perfectly catching free, and the follow-up will be too big. The GG comes outside. On point with this shaker, ensuring that Secret take a 2-0 over TNC.
That's the offlane life, you know? You get the perfect 3-man echo, 5-man fisher stun, and then your carry takes all the kills.